everyone. It's the King of Anime podcast. We're back again. It's a beautiful, wonderful thing that we're back again tonight. You know, big things are happening. I've heard.
Yeah, a bunch of great, maybe not so great. I'd say not great. Some terrible stuff's happening today.
Let's just keep it real. It's about to be TV tragedy, so I'm already prepping for it. In the same way a hurricane comes, you get your water, you make sure the windows are boarded and whatnot. I'm prepping for the end of Game of Thrones and how terrible it's going to be. So, drinking is how I cope with it.
Well, it seems
don't drink. Don't drink, kids.
So wait, you're drunk, Satsuki?
Not drunk, Satsuki, because that's too strong. Tipsy, yes.
Yeah.
Tipsy, Satsuki.
You sound much more loose. I'll just say that.
You definitely do. You feel. Is this? Are we going to enter into fun, Satsuki?
I don't know. Maybe so. It's a possibility.
Well, not only do we have many people being angry about Game of Thrones, we also have the death of probably another company with WWE putting on their trash show tonight. So a lot of the fandoms out there are feeling very sad, but the fandoms for the King of Anime podcast shouldn't, because King of Anime podcast always delivers.
We love you.
Except for that one time.
All three of you, we love you.
You guys are just absolutely beautiful. And because you're so beautiful, we're going to talk about Dororo. Dororo episode 18. The story of the Cape of Impermanence.
Wow. No one else has been drinking.
What does that word even mean?
I have no idea. Hyakimaru and Dororo are something. Why can't I read my handwriting?
So speaking of being prepped.
Oh god, this is bad. There's something and something. The forces of Taho Maru, the help of Itachi, but after Shark Boy causes a landslide by blowing himself up, Tarumaru goes away, and Itachi dies from the injuries of being injured. They then set off to do some stuff after they decide not to take the treasure.
Yeah,
I'm sorry,
that
was terrible.
What we were worried about the last two episodes, with the shark,
he grew wings.
Because
it's like hand wings.
We were like, so what the fuck is up with this shark? And then it just turned into that was the. Let me just bitch about that, because that was the only part I didn't like. I like this episode. It's just that the shark stuff felt very irrelevant, especially since 7 minutes into the episode, it was taken care of, which I don't know why it took 7 seconds. 7 minutes into the episode, it was taken care of by Kakimaru, but it just turned into a demon. And I'm like, these are sharks. They're sharks. Why are they turning into demons? This wasn't established. They weren't demons before. They were just sharks who were apparently loyal to this crazy kid. And then he just yelled, and then they became a demon together after eating one shark. And I don't know, maybe 2 sharks equals demon. I'm not that good at math, but yeah.
Shark plus shark equals demon shark.
Well, to me, I thought it was pretty obvious these sharks are definitely going to turn into monsters from the very beginning. I was like, oh man, he's going to see, what I thought was going to happen was he was going to eat the 2 of them and gain their powers, which would have been cool. And then he would have super mega shark boy, and he would have been like, you can't defeat me, Hyakimaru, and he shoots water out of his leg or something. I don't know. It would have been cool, but he goes out, the way he went out was fine, I guess. He just blows himself up, which is rather funny because it reminded me of an Evangelion when a certain character blows up, and if you freeze frame it, you can see the person's body being torn apart. You could do the same thing with his death, and I'm like, that's some nice details right there.
All right, here's what I thought of the show. I thought the whole Shark Boy arc was completely pointless. I mean, literally, the two sharks were there. They died. They could have just swam over on a boat. Because when you think about it, Shark Boy, at the end of everything, was there just to blow up the damn mountain. You know, they could have written it off to where I don't know, like they fell on a trap and then the whole thing blew up and then the mountain fell that way. Because honestly, you didn't need that guy at all. You know, because they could have you could have condensed everything into one episode, maybe. You didn't have to make this a 3 arc, you know, like with the episodes. 4, yeah, because it was just all encompassing into this, and then we get like kind of like a mini battle with what the hell's the brother's name is? Not Yakimaru. Tahomaru. And then for some reason the big brooding dude dies. How did he die?
Itachi?
Yeah. How did he die? Did he just...
He got hit by a bunch of arrows.
Yeah, slipped on a banana. No, not him. The guy with... You talking about the guy who's with Tahomaru, the big bodyguard.
That guy.
The one with the... He was smashing everything to pieces. Yeah, he just died.
Totally fine. And then he just like slips on a banana peel and dies. And it's like, how did he die?
To make Tahomaru more angry, more vengeful.
That's why that happened. And to me, he's kind of weird too. Like now he's got one eye, and all of a sudden he can be stronger and better. It kind of reminds me of just how the governor was in The Walking Dead. Like he gets one eye, and all of a sudden he's stronger. Give me a fucking break.
But he's got heads in fish tanks.
He does.
Yeah,
that is true.
Yeah. That makes him. Anyway, I'm talking about The Walking Dead, but Dororo, I don't know. This whole episode, I just didn't do it for me. And then when you get Itachi at the end, get a million arrows in him, why does Dororo have sympathy for this guy? This is the guy that betrayed her father, literally, you know, kidnapped her, did all this was going to leave her for dead. And then all of a sudden she's just like, I'll do this for you. No, I would have been like, fuck you, and kicked him off a mountain. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that makes sense to me. What I think they're trying to do with Dororo, though, is she's you know, forgive and forget kind of person, I think. What I would like for to happen is she gets in real bad trouble because she has that mentality, and she's like, maybe not everyone I should forgive and forget. But we also have to keep in mind, Itachi sold him out, but he didn't necessarily say go kill their family. So he did a terrible thing, but he didn't go and kill their parents, I think. And so that's why I think Dororo... I mean, I don't think Dororo likes him, but I think Dororo... she just accepts it for what it is. As for the Tahomaru thing, when you brought up how for some reason after his eye got slashed, he's now more evil, I think it would be cool, because they can do this, where he's just overtaken by hatred for his brother and all this stuff that's happening. And so, like, evil spirits and demons inhabit his body and stuff, and that would be cool, I think.
That would actually be kind of cool. That would at least make sense to why he's stronger.
Then you could have him, like, have boss armor. Then, like, when you think he dies, no. He doesn't die. He gets all hulked up and evil.
Yeah, he even gets a knife through the head and takes it out.
Yeah, like in Karakuri Circus.
Like in some show that I saw last week and was very upset with.
I was gonna say Karakuri Circus, because that happens in there.
Oh yeah, that happened with Polka Dot Mama. That's right. That's a show we have. Is that show still going on?
It should be. I think so.
Why? Can we cancel it? Do we have the power to do that?
I don't think we do. It should almost be
maybe
over,
next time.
maybe.
We are the King of Anime podcast. We should have the power.
We should have.
We should, but you know. you know how things work. I kind of wanted to talk about Itachi a little bit because I thought I kind of liked him. He was, to me, sort of a complex character. I don't think the execution was all time great, but I thought the fact that in times where he could have done something like killed Dororo, but he didn't. Like he kept tying her up. He got what he needed, and then he just kept it at that. He was he was obviously greedy. Okay, so I won't say that he was doing everything he needed simply to survive, but he was trying to attain a goal, and that goal was money. And he kept it at that. He wasn't super evil to the point where he's massacring innocent people and things of that nature. So I thought he was complex in that way. So I kind of see why Dororo didn't harbor some hatred for him, because I think she even understood it, that he was in it for something, and that was pretty much it. He wasn't going to go past that. He wasn't going to kill Dororo or anything like that. I definitely agree with the Tahoe Maru thing about him being stronger. That didn't make any sense. But what I did like in a fight was that they were jumping Hyakimaru. I thought it was going to become a situation where Tahoe Maru was going to try to fight him one-on-one. But instead of that, they were just like, fuck this. This dude is overpowered. He's the main character. Let's jump his ass. And that was smart. You had Arrow Boy, whatever his name is, shooting his arrows. Then you had the big guy,
Arrow Girl.
Wait, what?
Yeah, the girl in the white robes shooting the arrows was a girl.
I thought I was a boy. I thought they said they were brothers.
If I was a boy.
That boy seems like a girl. I'm just gonna say that then. Dude looks like a lady.
I agree with that. He has like feminine features, but I thought they said they were brothers. Maybe, I don't know.
Maybe
I will have to check. But you had him shooting arrows. You had the big guy just going in, being a brute, and then you had Tahomaru trying to fight Hyakimaru. So I'm glad that they didn't do something to where Tahomaru's pride got in the way of what they were trying to accomplish, which is the death of Hyakimaru. But I also don't like the fact that Tahomaru is so ruthless to the point where he jumped on the island and said, kill everybody here. I don't think that's necessary. All you need is to kill Hyakimaru. That's fine. It just feels like his morality is really screwed up. And I don't think simply because of what Hyakimaru is now, like what he represents, him being like, I guess he's in a way of the progression of their estate, their land and whatnot. All you need to do is kill him. You don't need to kill everybody else. Even if they went there and they say, oh yeah, these guys are bandits, but you didn't really know. You were going to kill someone like Dororo who had nothing to do with that. That didn't make any sense to me. But
yeah,
that's what the show has turned him into. But I do like the fight between his people and Hyakimaru. Even though I didn't like how it was executed, I liked the fight.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my god. There's so much about this show in this second core that is disappointing, but yet I can see like a different version of this playing out so much better. And I don't know what happened to this show. Why in its second core the execution has not been as good as it was in the first season. Because the first season, it felt like just episode after episode, it was interesting. It had me sucked into it. This whole Shark Boy arc it felt really slow. I didn't really want to see any of it. These characters of Dororo and Hyakimaru are established, and I would have liked, honestly, a different story than this one, because this one, I don't even get the message of this one. Usually all the episodes before it have some sort of small message. What's the message here?
Here's the message. Are you ready?
All right.
The message is, if you happen to fall in love with a shark,
okay,
please.
All right. Already, this is a weird message.
Or two.
Who is this message for?
Or two, menage a trois. Be sure to at least leave one arm because you're gonna need it in the end.
Oh, I forgot. I wanted to bring that up. He got mad. The Shark Boy got mad at Hyakimaru. He was like, "Oh, you killed the shark just because you wanted your body. What? Just because you have one arm and you're okay with that doesn't mean other people don't want their bodies. Like,
That's
what
right.
the hell is that? What?
You bodyist.
Like, what? That doesn't make any sense to me. Like, he wrote it off like, oh, you just want your limb back. That's something important to some people. I mean, okay,
Yeah,
like,
I was gonna say, I don't know about you, but I happen to like where my leg is at.
yeah.
Also, I kind of like the first action scene with Jiromaru when Hyakimaru takes his busted peg leg and stabs the shark in the eye. I'm like, that's a cool use of that peg leg, and that was really clever. I'm glad they put that in there because I was thinking, like, when the leg got bit off, I was like, couldn't he use this peg leg to, like, stab the shark? And
Oh my
he
God.
did.
He was a pirate.
Yarr.
Yar, I come for your booty. Wait,
I'm
what?
sailing the high seas. I'm looking for sharks to stab with me peg leg. Yarr.
Speaking of coming for the booty, well, this is not appropriate.
Oh no.
Horrible segue. Horrible segue. But they had that one scene where they tried to make it seem like Hyakimaru was about to kiss Dororo, which was a very weird scene. But I knew what they were going to do. Like, I knew what they were going to do. Like, but that was weird. I just wanted to point that out.
I actually like that scene because it showed off some really good animation, which the show has sometimes, but it really let the art shine through, I think, because the art so far in this show has been left to be desired, we'll say that. And this is like one of the few times the show has just looked really good. Like, Dororo looked great, Hakimaru looked great in that scene. I don't know who did that. I don't know who did key animation for that scene, but man, they did fantastic.
Oh yeah, it looked great. For sure.
Yeah, it definitely looked good, and I can definitely, I kind of felt the same way where it felt like you didn't. Well, for me, it was just one of those: are they going to go that route? Like, I was just kind of uncertain type thing, but in the end, it's like, okay, he's just being nice.
Honestly, they may, and I'm
fine. If that happens, I'm going to literally jump out this. No, I'm kidding.
Well, they may, but I would be fine with that as long as you don't see it happen on screen. If it's like it happens years down the road, when Dororo's all grown up, because that would I'm totally fine with that if that's the way they want to go. Because Hyakimaru is like what, 15, 16? He's young.
I would give him like 16 or 17.
Yeah.
So they're both fairly young, you know. Like it doesn't. I don't want to see it in the show necessarily. Like,
me neither.
You can hint at it. That's fine.
It's like seeing Arya get naked. I don't want to see that.
Oh God. And people really love that, but I'm not going to talk about that. But yeah.
I assume Game of Thrones.
Well, yes. She was like 12 years old when the show started. Now all of a sudden she's saying, "Take your pens off, Gendry." It's like, no. I don't want to see it.
I don't want it. I don't want it.
Anyway.
Oh God, there's something else. So, good on the art team. Once again in this episode, Dororo and Tahomaru are fighting, and they do a close-up shot where you see their swords are entangled and they're staring at each other. This is a small detail, but it was a great detail. Their swords are chipped from fighting and clashing their swords. I thought that was awesome. I was like, any other anime would totally fudge on that little detail, but this anime was like, nah, let's go ahead and put in that detail, even though our backgrounds are not that great. And it's cool.
Well, at least they got something right. Yeah.
Right. At least they got the shark details down pat.
So at the end of this episode, they Shark Boy blew himself up and revealed all the money, which is a lot of money.
Here comes the money.
Like
Here comes the money.
Like Dororo's father stored a lot.
Where did he hide all that money?
In that cave.
No. What I mean is, like, how did he get it up there? Was he like smuggling it up his ass or something?
It's probably over time he did it. Like every now and again, he would put like a bag of money in the.
He
like,
put it back up his ass and just be like, "Okay,
yeah,
no
he
one's
just
gonna
smuggle
know."
it into the cave. He had to get by.
Here we go.
He had to get by the security team at the cave. And all he would do was smuggle it.
I mean, you never know. Just so that other people wouldn't know, he was a very secretive type of person, you know. But I don't think he smuggled it up his ass.
Where the hell is this anime headed after this? Do you guys have like a clue? I have no idea.
I have no idea.
Yeah, because we found a treasure, which was the big thing, and you had to go. Old guy who was saying like this type of money could change someone's world, even though he didn't see the money, and he couldn't see the money because, you know, he's blind. But I don't know, because with the money thing, I said it before. I believe that the fact that we had this treasure and all this money, now Hyakimaru can get his body back. It's probably going to continue with that, him getting his body back, and then they can use that money to, I guess, keep the land still prospering, because that's the whole thing. And now you have a cure to this, you know, the poison of Hyakimaru getting his body back. So, I'm starting to see the end, but I still don't know where we go from this episode in particular.
KyoAni does the next episode. Boring slice of life.
It's gonna drag on till the last 2 episodes. I'm calling it now.
Oh, I hope not. I hope
it's gonna
not.
drag on, and then when the last 2 episodes come, you get to see Hyakimaru.
Well,
I know
you
you just said his name, Narumaru, and the father, and all of a sudden, boom, the end.
I really hope that's not the case. But in the opening, I don't know if you guys watch the opening every week. I do. I love
don't.
It.
No.
They show Shark Boy and the Moth Chick, which is in the order. They show the villains, and then right after they show Shark Boy guy, whatever his name is, they show Tahomaru. So I think he's next.
Well, I'm telling you right now, the next episode better be him, because I don't know. I feel like I'm kind of done with this show, to be honest.
You know what? I do as well, but I don't think that's our fault. Like, I think that's the show's fault.
No, I completely agree. I mean, trust me, if the show was great, I'd keep watching it. But it's just, we've come so far just to get to this point. It's like, where do we go from here? And I feel like we had to suffer through so much boring stuff just to get here. Now it's like, well, I wish we could have gotten this like a month ago. You know what I mean?
Right, yeah. It feels, man, it feels like the show ended here.
Yeah.
Like, it's so strange. Like, what?
It is.
Like, yeah, there's like the Tahomaru stuff and like the family stuff, but they haven't been building that up. Like, in terms of like the story so far has been like Dororo and Hyakimaru are separated. That's like the story, is getting them back together, and we've been left cold and high and dry on this Tahomaru Hyakimaru rivalry that we don't have much on Tahomaru. He's evil because he has no eye anymore.
Right.
Like it needed something, and I think they could have. Man, they shouldn't have done this 4-episode arc. They really should have. It screwed up the whole pacing of this thing, because they could have had 3 episodes where you build up Tahomaru, and it would have been awesome. And I wouldn't be surprised if they did that next week and the episodes were super good. But like, it feels like at that point, like, still, Like the Shark Boy thing is just a huge waste. And
yeah, it's ingrained in our minds now. A shark became a demon.
And I would have been okay with this whole Shark Boy thing if this was all condensed into one episode, like we've been saying. But it's not. I mean, 2 episodes. I will give it, if you wanted to do it, 2 episodes, because you can do the fight thing. Like the first episode is, the build up of that character, and the second episode is the second part of this episode. Fine, whatever. But could have at least condensed this down like 2 episodes, at the most 3. I like this episode though. It's just another example of how this show has. It just feels weak. It never feels bad to me, except for that the second episode in this arc. That felt like a bad episode, but it just feels like we're meandering, and it's fine.
Yep.
Like if I sat down and I watched this, I'd be like, entertaining television. I didn't care too much for it. I'll forget about it in like 5 minutes, but it's like solid episodes. But now I'm just like, where do we go? Like where do we go from here?
I know where we go from here. To the bar. Let's go.
I don't
Sasuke.
drink.
Already there.
Sasuke, you driving.
That would be an unwise decision. But I agree. I feel like with this episode, I feel like I said, I like this episode, but just comparing it to other Dororo episodes, it does not stack up. And I think that's the problem with the recent string of episodes, is the fact that they are good standalone as compared to other anime. I mean, Dororo, these episodes are better than a lot of other anime. Let's be real. But I know what this show can be. I see the potential in it, and it feels like just with recent episodes, they've been dropping the ball, and it's kind of disappointing. But
my worry is that right now we're seeing the forest for the trees, and we're not getting the full details. Because my worry is that we're saying all these criticisms about this episode, and the next episode, it just comes together. And I would hate that, but at the same time, I would love that, and I don't know how to feel about that. So
but if it had to take all these episodes just to get to that point, what was the point of stretching it out to begin with? Oh, because we need to have 24 episodes.
Why does Captain Marvel exist? That's what I've been saying, man.
Why is Captain Marvel in Endgame for 5 minutes? I agree.
We've been talking about this for 30 minutes. We went way over time on this one. But that just goes to show that there's a lot to talk about this show, inside the story and outside of the story, which, for better or for worse, it is what it is. I'm giving this a pass because it's still good. I can still recommend this to people, and
I don't know about that. I think I've had my fill of it, and I said my piece about it. I feel like it's just dragged on just to get 24 episodes when this could have been condensed to a shorter run series, which is fine. At least you're telling a story. You don't have to give us all these filler episodes. So I don't know where they're going from here. Quite frankly, I don't care. And I'm going to kill it.
I'm giving it a pass, not because of credit that is built up, but I thought this episode, even despite it not living up to the quality of previous episodes, I still thought it was a likable episode. I don't even want to say good, but I still enjoyed it.
It was decent.
Yeah, but it's just with the end of this arc and whatnot, if the next episode turns out to be another one of these episodes where I'm lost for words and I don't really know how to feel, and then it's going to get killed. That's just how I feel.
I feel like our patience is running really thin with this show.
If there's another demon human love romance, I swear to God,
Okay, what if they have? What if it's two chicks and one dude at the same time, but they're the same demons, but they're different?
Wait. If they throw in Yuri, then I might just pass it. Just like that. That's all they need. That's all they need to do.
What if it's the
Literally.
monsters? What if it's the monsters from last week and this week's Kimetsu no Yaiba that just make the teeth scratching noise?
Oh yeah, then it's getting killed. It's getting killed.
Oh god. Let's talk about One Punch Man.
What punch?
Not as long as it was before. One Punch Man
That's
episode
what she
6.
said.
Oh god. What happened?
You set me up. I'm sorry.
It was an automotive accident. It was terrible. Chiranko takes on Bakugan Battle Brawlers? I don't know. And obliterates him with one swat. During this, Genos goes around just destroying these villains. And finally, Super S meets her match. And then gets obliterated by Tatsumaki. And at the end, we get the confirmation of, well, I don't know if this happened before, but the Monster Association, which is led by Master King Orochi, which sounds like a 90s Rurouni Kitchen villain. We must defeat Monster King Orochi!
Roach.
Yeah. Chiranko. I don't know what to talk about. You guys are more One Punch Man guys than me.
Okay.
Yeah.
It was fun.
This episode was funny.
Mm-hmm.
It was funny.
I liked it. Next.
Go ahead.
No, I'm kidding. Yeah, it was fun. Comedy's there as always. Nice introduction to all these other characters who are fighting. Genos is fighting this roach dude. Gets him caught on the grease or the sticky stuff or whatever. Did it show who was like coming up on him really quick or no?
No, it did not.
Okay.
No,
well,
it didn't.
I guess we'll have to wait next week to find out, but I think I probably know who it is. It's probably the hero killer or whatever. I can't remember his name right now.
Garo?
Thank you. I was about to say Genos, but I'm like, that's not Genos. Genos is the robot. But and then S&M was taking on
S&M.
what's her, I forget her name.
Super
the
S.
sister, Super Ass, and
That's true.
Super Ass. But yeah, it was a fun episode. I love the whole how when Saitama he was just not even paying attention. He's just trying to tie his belt on just because he went to the bathroom, and then he just defeats the other dude in one punch again. And at the end of the episode, he's in the bathroom again. I'm like, Jesus Christ, does this guy have a stomachache or something?
I like how he takes the wig off when he goes to the bathroom.
Yeah, you got to take off your hat while you're taking a dump, I guess.
It's probably really itchy because that was a really cheap wig. Just to throw that out there, it was like $1, I guess, and I guess our money. I think he said it was like 100 yen or something,
Or I think
maybe
it was
300
yen or something.
So it was
Wait,
like $30.
Really?
So it was a $30 wig.
I'm not sure.
I'm surprised Saitama would spend that much money.
Maybe.
I see.
I like one of the little details. It was kind of funny. Chiranko has on the bottom of his cast written on it, bottom of foot. And it made me chuckle. I'm like, it's just small things get me laughing about the series. I don't know why.
Bottom of foot.
Bottom of foot.
Yeah, freaking oh, go ahead, man.
I was just going to say I like the comedy in this episode. Just the fact that Bakuzan got defeated the way he did. I mean, of course, I read the manga, so I know what was going to happen. But it's just that's the type of comedy that I like in One Punch Man. Just the fact that Bakuzan was talking so much shit. He was basically treated Saitama as if he was a rookie. I mean, given Saitama's dialogue in this episode and how he looks, I mean, pretty much everybody would assume that he's a rookie because he was like, "I never done this before." And he has that blank expression on his face. So it's like you think this guy doesn't know what he's doing, but Bakuzan just shows him like, "Oh, I could kill you like this. I could kill you like this. I could kill you like this." And then once he touches his head, he's like, "All right." It's like Thomas like, "All right, that's enough." It just knocks him out of the ring immedially.
He was just like, "You missed." He was pissed off because he messed up his wig. He was more upset by that than anything else. It's like, you're gonna break my bones? Yeah, my chest, guts, my hair, you son of a bitch. Boom.
Can I just Super S has a really bad design. Like, it is so
I mean, I don't think so.
I think it's terrible. It's just leather straps. She looks like she saw a cover of a Judas Priest record and was like, I like the way that looks. And so she started wearing leather all the time and everybody started to hate her. And so she was like, fine, I'll become a villain.
I don't hate her.
Oh god, I hate Super S.
I don't like Super. A lot of people love Super S. Yeah, a lot of people like Super S. I'm not a fan of Super S. It's not even really what she's wearing. It's just
she has a whip, and then she whips people, and they become her followers because she's a dominatrix.
Yep, sign me up.
The eyes throw me off really bad. She
looks like a cross between a Mortal Kombat character and
yeah, she does.
and like a really generic, awful looking anime character.
I want to say not new Mortal Kombat. They decided to cover that up, but Mortal Kombat 9 definitely.
Dude, Mortal Kombat 9 looked ridiculous. Those character designs, not as ridiculous as Super S, but very close.
Katana, yeah.
Man, I'm not a fan of her design. Not Katana, but Super S.
Super ass.
That made me think when she went on top of that. When she jumped up top of that.
Wait, she went on top of what?
She jumped on top of a light pole.
She jumped on top of a pole.
You can still. I mean, even like saying Super S jumping on top of anything, you can still go with it. I mean,
I bet you can.
God damn it. When she went to higher elevations, it made me think.
I went to higher elevations. You know what I'm saying?
I was like, man, she just flashed like everyone, didn't she?
I bet she did.
Yeah.
Terrible design. I'm sorry, it's terrible. She's got a terrible design. You can't change my mind on it. It's just the way it is.
You can't change. They can't change your mind as you're sipping on your tea.
Yes, exactly. Also, JC staff, I have stuck up for them a little bit. I'm gonna not stick up for them. I'm not gonna stick up for them in this episode because they did a still of Fubuki, and it's in this stream. So if you see it, you see it. And it's just Tatsumaki and Fubuki, and really nothing else. There's a background, but it's just like it's the ground. It's like pavement. And Fubuki looks like she was drawn by a third grader. And it's why? Why did you put that in there? Who thought that was a good idea? And Tatsumaki looks fine, but Fubuki is just like she looks stupid. Her design just looks incredibly stupid in that one frame. And I'm just, come on, you can do better than that.
Why do it to Fubuki? Fubuki's best girl in One Punch Man. Why do it to her?
Fubuki-licious.
Yeah,
as the kids say.
But they kind of I was going to say first time, but it's not the first time. It's one of the plot points of Fubuki's character, and I don't like Fubuki just because of her character design. I mean, that's like an obvious thing, but um, I also like the dynamic between her and Tatsumaki because you kind of get it in this episode where Tatsumaki shows up and you see the history between them as sisters. Tatsumaki doesn't respect Fubuki or what she's doing. She didn't allow Fubuki to continue. Of course, she's trying to protect her sister, but there's more than that. You can see that she's kind of undermining her and treating her as if she's someone that needs to be protected from any little thing. So you kind of get good character development between Fubuki and Tatsumaki, which I liked.
So I'm not a lolicon for liking Tatsumaki anymore?
Isn't she like 30?
Yeah, she's like 28.
She's 28.
Oh, okay. So there you
No. This time you're not a lolicon.
Okay. I have nothing else to say about this episode. Oh, well, the Monster King Orochi part. Who's this guy? He came after the after credit scene. It seems like the after credit scene for One Punch Man this go around is very important, which is kind of cool. I like that.
I did not watch the after credit scene.
go. I didn't either. Shit.
Oh, well.
Damn.
He's a big monster looking guy. He looks like a Monster King. He sits on a throne thing and stuff happens. Yep. What did we give One Punch Man episode 6?
We're passionate.
Absolutely.
I don't know if you guys have anything else to talk about. I don't really have much.
Well, it wasn't much. It was just I guess like you had that one guy Snack, I think
Snack.
his name was. Yeah, he was talking about like how if heroes were necessary because there were some civilians whose names he didn't know, like Saitama, for example, and God damn it, how am I forgetting his name?
Oh,
Saryu. Yeah. Saryu in this episode, they were like civilians or people he didn't know who weren't heroes, who could still defend themselves and who were stronger than him. So I thought that was interesting.
So I know which one you're talking about, where freaking Little Tornado is drawn really bad. They did that on purpose.
Not Little Tornado.
No,
Big Giant
Fubuki.
Oh.
I'll show you a screenshot afterwards.
Show me it now.
It's gonna like slow down the stream.
See,
Okay,
I know what you're talking about. Yeah, they do that on purpose.
They did that
for
on
comedic
purpose.
purposes.
Exactly. I was getting it confused. Okay.
Yeah, C's talking about something else.
I gotcha. Okay, no, you don't have to do it. You don't have to do it.
I'm already doing it. There.
Okay.
Look at her.
Well, what's wrong with that?
That looks really bad.
What's wrong with it?
Her proportions are all wrong.
Yeah.
Wouldn't she always big like
my
that?
goodness. The left. Oh, God.
And her boobs look like triangles.
Yeah.
Okay, that one, yeah. She does look a little perky, like it's a little cold out there something, you know?
She looks like a bell. You know, like those little bells you take and you ring? She looks
Ding,
like one of those.
ding, ding. Someone wants to ring her bell, you know what I'm saying?
There are many.
I also passed this one.
Let's not talk about that.
Yeah.
Let's
I'm
talk
passing
about
too.
Shield Hero.
We back.
The Falalis are coming. Shield Hero episode 19, The Four Cardinal Heroes. That's some really original. Shield Heroes episode titles are not really original. Rin and Itsuki show up to help defend against the Pope and his replica of the four cardinal weapons, which can morph into different weapons. It's pretty cool. But as they battle, Naofumi and party reveal their frustrations after Rin and Itsuki revealed Naofumi was set up. The Pope then summons the cathedral, and Rin does some stuff, and the Queen is expected to show up soon. They talked a lot during this moment when they were in the middle of a fight.
This all took place in a hole.
Oh no, the hole gets
Wait,
bigger.
wait. Yay! Is this the one? Is this the episode you wanted to rant on? Are we on the same page?
I think.
No, I was talking about more Dororo, but it's okay. I didn't feel, I felt the same way. Like this was all just in a hole, and they were talking while somebody was charging their super attack. So go ahead, you can rant.
It was a Dragon Ball Z episode.
It was.
They not only pulled the trope of letting the protagonist just plan out things in front of you, or usually they just get stronger, the transformations and shit like that, but they planned out this shit right in front of the Pope. But it's not only that, they recapped previous episodes, and they tried to be slick about it. I'm like, no, why are you telling us stuff that we already seen? Like, I kind of get it. I get it because it makes sense in the context, because Nafumi is like, you guys are just assholes. You did this to me. You did this to me. You did this to me. None of you have the high ground at all. None of you should feel like, oh, because Spear Hero did this, then I should be absolved. No, like all of them had responsibilities that they didn't uphold. But I don't need a recap. It should have lasted literally like 2 minutes at most. But Nafumi was literally going into the details of what everybody did, and we got like we were just getting like scenes where we were seeing previous episodes. I'm like, neat is why are you doing a recap in the middle of this? Wow, the Pope is right there. The Pope
on the next time of Dragon Ball Z.
Oh my god, I was literally thinking that on the last episode of Shield Hero.
Wait, hold on. If I could find a screenshot, the Pope. It was so weird. The Pope literally brought up the fact. Let me see. Where did he say exactly?
He was being super evil generic guy. That's what he was doing.
But I think I know what you're talking about. He literally was kind of like, I think says something like, well, if you guys are done talking, I powered up my... You gave me enough time to power up my sword or something.
He said, you're fighting amongst yourself in this situation? I'm like, you allowed this. What are you talking about?
Yeah, this was really dumb.
This episode,
did this happen in the manga?
I'm trying. That's what I'm actually just trying to think. I don't think this happened at all.
Wow.
Not like in terms of like the story progression. I'm talking about like them sitting for 5 hours and discussing their rivalries and shit.
Let's reminisce about when you guys sold me out.
The actual ending for this, for the main Naofumi arc, which is what we're on right now of Shield Hero, is fairly long. Like this battle is fairly long, actually, but it's not. It never felt this long. There was some stuff in here that was still good though, of course. I like the part where the Filali, what the fuck's her name? Philo, God, and Melty, Motoyasu says something, and then the girls, it happens like 3 times. They go, "Man, Spear Guy's annoying." Like, you understand?
That's like the first time I agree with Philo.
Yeah.
Does Philo,
she was like, even the people that follow Spear Guy is annoying.
And it's just this episode was like, for a moment there, I thought this was gonna be like, until I actually thought about it, and I was like, you're letting the Pope power up. What are you doing? When they were having their argument, I was like, they're all gonna turn on mine. They're all gonna come on, turn on her. I just
and then they all just turn their heads, and she's like, "What? What are you staring at?" Let's beat her into submission. No,
I'm
sorry. Oh God.
She literally tries to murder multiple people. Some of them are the cardinal heroes. I cannot wait for her comeuppance, man. Believe me, it's gonna be great.
Is it?
Oh yes. Yes. It is going to be
Oh
memed.
God.
It's good. There's going to be memes, even more memes than there was in the beginning.
Oh jeez.
No.
It's
Well, it looks like your betrothed is going to get. There's her face. How dare you?
someone should make an edit of when mine goes to speak. It's just the Falali.
So instead of just the sexy talk, it's just the. Oh my god.
That would be funny. So the Pope summons the cathedral. What do you guys think the cathedral does, or is? Do you think it's just Do you think it's just a field spell in Yu-Gi-Oh?
I know exactly what it is. It's a rock band and a rock concert, and he's gonna put on a show for all of them.
Hello, Cleveland. We're here to rock your socks off. We're Spinal Tap.
I mean, I don't know. The cathedral's probably some dome that traps them in there so that no one can get in, no one can get out. That's what I'm thinking.
I'm thinking some type of illusion type of deal where you face like your worst fears, kind of like what we've seen Nafumi kind of do in that fight with him and Spear Guy. And then they try to force you to repent or something.
Oh my gosh!
I'm guessing.
It's just a giant repentance of your sins. Forgive me, Father, for I have sinned. Oh, and mine's gonna confess that she lied about everything. Boom! That's how it's gonna happen.
You know what?
Or not.
I bet you when season 2 rolls around on this show, they're gonna have mine fall in love with Naofumi, and it's gonna be a thing.
Please don't.
And
Please
mine's gonna be
don't.
like, "I'm sorry, I love you the whole time." And now Fumi's like,
I just
bitch.
wanted you to notice me.
That would completely ruin Mine's character for me.
Are they even gonna make a season 2 of this?
Oh, this is not only getting a season 2. This is probably getting a couple movies. They're gonna do the whole thing, which I haven't read the whole thing, mind you. I kind of stopped reading after this arc because the translation I was reading for, because at the time you couldn't buy it, they stopped after like 36 or something like that, which is where this arc ends. So, yeah.
All right.
Oh yeah, the Pope has so the Pope has these duplicate cardinal weapons, and this weapon it's more like a weapon, but it's like multiple weapons in one. It's the shield, the spear, the bow, and the sword. Maybe I don't know what the other one is. Who cares? That thing's pretty freaking cool. Like, that's awesome. I like that. I also like how the way he uses it. He has to use like a pool of people to power it. That's pretty cool.
It's cool, but it looks stupid when he's holding it. Like, I don't know. He just looks like an old man just going, "Let me lift up my cane."
I think that's because I think that's really because he just shows up out of nowhere. I feel like if we had more of the character, he would have more like. I think it's because we're fresh to him just to begin with.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know. Like, he's always he's one of those anime characters where his eyes are always closed, so it's just like, I don't know. He looks like he's just an old man the whole time, just going.
He's Brock.
You crazy kids!
He's Brock. He's gonna throw out a Pokemon at him.
And he's gonna use a frying pan as a drying pan. Best line ever.
We figure out what happened to Rin and Itsuki when they're off doing their thing, and this part I know didn't happen in the manga. I don't remember that part one bit. That makes me think that part probably came from the Spear Hero manga, or the light novel that they're making for Motoyasu. To which I may check that out if that's what it is. If it's just him being an asshole. And Rin and Itsuki. No one.
Seriously.
No one. But if the protagonists of that are Rin and Itsuki and their adventures during this part, like how they go and like slay the king and stuff like that, where you get backstory on them, and it's not technically just the Spear Hero. yeah, sure, I'm down for that. But if it's like, enjoy the adventures of Motoyasu being a lolicon, walking around trying to pick up 5-year-olds.
And a 5-year-old isn't even a human, so you have that.
So he's bestiality on top of it.
Hey, it works for
Yeah.
Naofumi.
What? He doesn't like anybody.
Well, at least she's like half human,
You're right, she is a demi-human. Philo is just a giant bird. I mean, she's a giant bird who just so happened to be able to turn into a human form. So
yeah,
and she form is a lolly.
Yeah, yeah.
Even if she's 400, she'll look like she's vaguely a teenager.
Yeah, and she'll have 3 cowlicks sticking up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This episode was harmless. It was just boring for the middle part because it was like, all right, why are we having this conversation in the middle of a fight?
I know. They could have seriously had that conversation after the fact.
Yeah, it just
or I don't know.
Felt like we're doing this out of order here. But I mean, I guess you know what? They probably had to do it thinking about it because what other way are they gonna make up? Because they haven't had the chance to otherwise, and you have to get them on the same page. So this was necessary, I guess.
I mean, me personally, I could have seen them just saying, "Fine, we'll do this now," and then all of a sudden, after they had done everything, that's when they could use their
the issue
clear the air type thing. Just be like, "Hey,
right." I think they should
feel.
have did the clear the air thing afterwards, but I think Rin and Itsuki should have appeared and said, they had to do this, but I think they definitely could have cut down on a little bit of the repetitiveness and slow part of this that just made it kind of like it almost it felt like a plot hole or like a hole in the writing that they were trying to cover. But have Rin and Itsuki show up and be like, we don't have time to explain that trope.
Yeah.
Because it would have worked here.
Mm-hmm.
Let's get this done. Let's listen. I have evidence that Naofumi never did a thing. We got to get this done. This guy is bad juju.
Yeah, and that would have sped it up a bit. I agree.
I don't know. It's still at that point. It's still you're doing that in the middle of a fight. So there's no. It felt like there was no urgency here, which is kind of weird because everywhere else in this episode, I felt that there was definitely a sense of urgency.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
The beginning endings were totally fine to me, but the middle part of this, It just felt like they were padding it out. It is weird. I never felt this way in the manga. There's some weird choices they've done in this anime.
Yeah, that was pretty much it for me. I just felt like I felt like the whole exposing Naofumi's problems with the other the other heroes was supposed to be after, and they could have they didn't have to lay everything out right then and there because it wasn't appropriate time.
I actually would have liked the flashback stuff after because
Agreed.
we would have got more of that, whatever that was, because that seemed pretty interesting. Why were they exploring stuff? Explain more in detail of what they saw. I would have liked that. They probably would have had time to do it if they moved some stuff around. It's just a weird choice, and I bet you right now, it's management that made this choice and the way it went. The director was probably like last second, we gotta do it this way. Because Kinema Citrus, I don't believe it when someone says that studio has their animes down and their management down. No way. The studio is no way. I like the studio a lot. This just feels like, I don't know, time wasting. What are we giving this? I'm giving this a pass. Once again, it's okay. I mean, it was entertaining. It's fine. It's fine.
I'll give it a pass.
Yeah, I'll give it a pass too, even though it was nothing but just powering up
We both went for the same thing.
We did that at the same time. That was great.
Speaking of doing things at the same time, Carol and Tuesday, episode 6, Life is a Carnival. It's the band reference. I've actually never listened to this song, but I know the band.
I know the band.
Yeah, the band's great. Ringo Starr.
Yeah, I loved it.
Carol and Tuesday nail a gig at Sidonia Festival in front of 100,000 people, but their gig is ruined when Joshua, totally not Axl Rose, storms the stage, and then
I was thinking the same thing. Oh my god!
and then exits the stage pretty swiftly. But the girls don't. But the girls don't get too down for long when Crystal shows up to give them some advice and a hug. Can we talk about Joshua?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
He's like the embodiment of Axl Rose
and like the Eagles.
Yeah.
I love it. Like he has like, oh man, he like shows up and he's got like bloody knuckles because he got into a fight.
Mm-hmm.
And then he's
punching a wall or something.
And he's whacked out of his mind. I don't know what he's on, but it's sad to see when you think about it. Like this guy is like experiencing, like he's out of control. Like if he's 27 in this episode, he's dying this year.
I was gonna say he's gonna die young, just like them rock stars.
And then he goes on stage and he's like, "We're gonna fucking go wild!" And he starts to run, and he runs off the stage. And it's such a Spinal Tap moment, and I love it.
I love this episode.
Yeah, same.
Yeah, they kind of gave you the insight of like the rock star life. Yeah. Which of course Carol and Tuesday aren't rock stars, but this is the music industry, so I felt like that was necessary to give us that perspective. And I just like the fact that Carol and Tuesday had adversity in this episode, because for the most part they've had success, not big success, but everything has been little steps to getting closer to the ultimate goal of, I guess, them being super mega stars or whatever. But in this episode, I knew it was going to happen this way as soon as it was brought up that like this guy was supposed to perform and they would probably have to be the replacements. I was like, okay, I know what's going to happen. They're going to get on stage and everybody's going to hate them because of course it's not the person that they want to see. And I just love how Carol and Tuesday just like pushed through it and they were still performing. They didn't get discouraged. Like, it was beautiful. They were literal shit was not literal shit, but
just cans.
Yeah, they were just throwing random things at them and they were still performing.
I have been in concerts where I've seen that happen. I feel so bad. I've felt so bad because I remember, like, I think one band ran short and then they came on and they actually like went on longer, and like the first band was like really heavy and then the second band that came up, they were like pop rock, and it's like all these people are going to get destroyed. And sure enough, they're just and people were just throwing bottles. This was again before they got rid of bottles. Throwing bottles, throwing cans, just throwing like water bottles, you name it. They were throwing water. And I remember at one point, I wish I could remember the name. Like, I don't remember. They were just like, "Do you guys want to see us perform?" No. They were just going, no. And it's like, stop throwing. You need to settle down. And they never did. And I think they just left that gap open. They just
should have broke out some Metallica.
Oh my goodness, that would have been some. But yeah, I've been in that situation where I've seen that before. It's not easy, and it was, seeing that just kind of reminded me. I was like, oh, I felt bad for them. But then they lifted their spirits up. And what the hell was in that drink? That was
oh my god!
She drank
she was nervous, and all of a sudden, ecstasy! I'm ready.
She instantly was like hammered, like immediately as soon as she was done taking a swig, and I don't know what's in there. I'm like, is there like a combination of alcohol and drugs?
And,
Is it like
I want to say there's like some ecstasy in there. Just I'm ready.
Tuesday's out there just tripping balls hardcore? It's, I can't even see you, dude.
I don't know. That's why she couldn't even feel nothing. She was playing on the guitar, and she just like, yeah, whatever. I don't care.
They perform the song in episode 3 when they wrote in the laundromat. They perform like a faster version of that, mostly because Tuesday probably was tripping balls hardcore.
Yeah.
We gotta go fast. We gotta go fucking fast, man.
And Carol's just like on the piano going, I can't go as fast. Stop it.
Yeah, that was a funny part. Another funny part. Tuesday had a lot of really funny moments in the very beginning of the episode when they're like, "You're gonna perform in front of 100,000 people," and Tuesday's like,
out.
Tuesday passes out, and then Carol's like, "Tuesday's broke."
And she's just laying on the couch, just the whole time.
Oh God, I love.
Didn't they go? I loved how they were trying to escape that one guy.
Yeah, and then they run
went
into
to
Skip,
a trailer.
who's just in a
They were
haze.
hotboxing in there.
Yeah.
They were hotboxing in there.
It was like a
Skip is such a bro. He just is like, he was so intimidating. They were like, they went into the wrong trailer or whatnot, and then they were trying to escape. And then that one random girl was like, "You're not getting out of here. Like, you stay here and listen to
Like,
Skip."
oh, Jesus. That would have been intimidating for sure. It's like,
Yeah.
you're gonna listen to him preach. Oh, God.
Yeah. And then just Skip just was like, I know you two girls. I see your performance. A lot of artists lose their luster after a while. You guys still have that spark. Keep doing what you're doing. And they were like, oh.
And then they just left.
Yeah. All right.
he basically Skip.
Thank you.
Skip basically described what happened to like a lot of bands through the 2000s, where they became really popular, they burnt out, and they lost it because they weren't meant to be that in that life.
Mm-hmm.
I like that. It's a cool, like, yeah, it's like you got the spark, keep it, like, nurture that thing.
He plays a good guitar.
Yeah, he plays a 6-string bass.
Nice.
Yeah, I want one of those. Those guitars are actually really good too. I don't remember the brand of what he was playing, but I think it's is it a War? Are they called Warhorse? Warlock? Not Warlock. Definitely not Warlock. War something. And it's really really good bass guitar. I'm not sure the exact brand that he's using, but yeah, that's some good stuff. He's not using any effects on it. It's just a straight bass. So that's don't ask how I know that. I know things.
It's what I do.
Yeah, and then near the end of this episode, they're kind of down. I think Tuesday starts crying, probably because she's still tripping balls, and Carol is an alien monster, and Tuesday's like, "Carol, you're an alien monster."
I don't know what's going on.
I don't
Your face
know.
melting off.
Just rub the furry wall, Tuesday. Rub the furry wall. Oh, get him to the Greeks.
That could be. Oh, well, that's where that's from. I don't think I ever saw that movie.
It's funny. They smoke this thing. It's called a Jeffrey. It's like laced with like cocaine, meth, and weed, and like angel dust, I think. And he's like I think it's Jonah Hill. He's like freaking out. He's like, I can't breathe. I don't think I can breathe right now. I don't think I can breathe. And he's like, it's okay. Just rub the furry wall. And he's like, I'm rubbing the furry wall. I can't breathe. It's great.
Is the furry wall an innuendo or something?
No, literally it's a furry wall.
Oh, okay.
But like yeah, at the end, Crystal shows up and Crystal says some stuff, and it's like, you did good out there, proud of you, hug, and they're okay after that because they got to meet Crystal, and that made their day, overperforming in front of 100,000 people.
Crystal is cool.
Yeah, she is cool. What is she like, Christina Aguilera or something?
What was that reaction?
Well, then, never mind. Yeah. She's no
I don't
Christina.
even know.
Christina's my favorite. I've been smoking packs for 50 packs a day for 50 years.
Keep on going, kids. You guys are doing great.
Only got half of a lung left. I ate the others.
What?
Don't question it. Well, I had a procedure.
You ate lungs? Okay.
I ate my own lungs. Stop questioning it. Okay? I'm badass. I'm a hard ass. I'm old. Smoking cigarettes for 50 years. 50
I
packs a day.
wonder if Carol and Tuesday, because obviously the performance was like a failed thing. But the thing is, I don't know if it was entirely a failure because of what Crystal said, that a few people may have heard that and it may have touched them and whatnot. Because all we saw was the majority of people throwing stuff at them and whatnot. But maybe, like, for example, somebody who's scouting seeing them, and this could lead to a big break. I wonder if that's what's going to happen in the next
Likely.
episode.
Maybe.
That's what should happen, I think, at some point. Just from this performance, sets off some kind of event where they get to meet more and more higher up people, and then suddenly they're signed. Or not.
We didn't get to see Angelica this episode.
Oh, that's right. I wonder what was... There was something about this episode that seemed different. And it was that.
Yeah, she wasn't in it.
She wasn't in. Huh. She's probably off, ah.
She's doing that until she can hit that high note.
She wants to hit the falali note, as we're calling it in the
Oh,
biz.
God.
Arte Gun. I love Arte Gun. I love him. He's great.
I do too.
He
He's
opens
such an
the door
asshole.
and he says, "Fire!" I'm like, you're such a rock star. I love you. Never change.
Mm-hmm.
He's such an asshole. Like, just his face, just his smirk. Anytime I see him, I'm like, you are such an asshole. Why are you on the show? I love that you're on the show, though.
I love when
Yeah,
Roddy.
I do too.
I love when Roddy goes to talk to him, and Roddy's like, "Hide, girls," and Arte Gun's like, "I hear some unfortunate voices in the background. Do I know those people?"
No. You didn't hear anything. Well, now I have a headache. No, let's go. No, Roddy, it's this way. Oh, no, it's this way. No, I know. Yeah, okay. I wouldn't. And then what did he say as he was passing by? Like, I wouldn't expect to see those girls here, right? Oh, of course not. And that's when they were in the trailer.
Yep. Also, a nice little arc, I guess, for Skip and Crystal, who were in a relationship before, because their songs are about that relationship they had. I like that. The music meant something in this episode, and for these characters. Skip sung about how she was the one for him, and Crystal sung about how Skip let her be who she wanted to be, and gave her like a freedom to be more. And I like that because it wasn't negative. Like, the lyrics weren't negative, but they broke up, and it seems like it was meant to be that they broke up, but at the same time, it feels like if they were in any other business than music, they probably would still be together, and they would be very happy together.
Yeah, I can totally see that. I love this show.
The show's pretty good.
I do as well. This show is great.
What are we giving this? Pass or a kill?
Easy. But if I ever kill this show, I'm being held hostage.
Yeah, this show would literally have to take a huge dive for me to hate it. Pass.
I'm trying to think of what dive it would have to take. A complete
all of a sudden they more demons.
All of a sudden it's Kimetsu no Yaiba. Carol is Tangerine and Tuesday is Nezuko. Oh my god. Speaking of Tangerine and Nezuko, let's talk about the Tangerine and Nezuko show.
Da-da-da-da-da-da.
Yaiba, episode 7, Muzan Kibutsuji. Tangerine and Nezuko take out the morph demon, who's got the grindy teeth. He needs to go to a dentist. And now, in Tokyo, Tangerine confronts Muzan Kibutsuji, only to find out he has a human family and he's a super dickhead.
And he looks like Michael Jackson.
Shaman.
At least the Thriller version of Michael Jackson.
Oh yeah, he does with the hair.
Yeah.
Okay.
As soon as he did the hair and the hat, I'm like, that's not Thriller. Smooth Criminal. Thank you. Smooth Criminal, Michael Jackson.
Alien Ant Farm did a good cover of Smooth Criminal.
It was pretty good.
99? Was it 99?
99, 2000. Something like that. All I know is Cash Money Record down 99, 2000. No.
Sorry. Tangerine does a pretty interesting thing here. I didn't think he would do this, even though I've seen this part. So I guess I just didn't remember. But he goes into the swamp that Morph Demon guy goes into, and he kills 2 of them. And there he finds all of the clothes of the people that demon killed. And that's some pretty strong imagery. What did you guys think about that?
When he was in the puddle?
When he went into the swamp to, I guess, the other world in which the morph demon goes into. The portal thing.
I thought it was pretty cool looking.
I'm not gonna lie. I mean, like, I watched this episode. Since this was the last episode, I watched this shit at like 5 o'clock in the morning. So,
okay.
I wasn't really trying to pay attention to like anything. I was just trying to get through it. To be quite honest,
wasn't really trying to experience this episode. I was just waiting for it to be over. I love that attitude.
That is exactly true. That is accurate.
It's like
that is accurate.
I made this podcast not because I want it to be successful, but because I want the podcast to end.
Hey, I mean, you said it.
I like the backgrounds to this episode, like the city that they went into. Like, I felt like like fate, like this city really looks like a city. Like it looked
all the
cool.
Colorful banners. It looked like Tokyo from back in that time. It looked like they completely went from like the backwoods, countryside to the big city. It looked almost night and day. They did this really good in the manga too. In the manga, the backgrounds look awesome. But UFO Table, they're really, really good with their background designs, and it's mostly because you guys probably don't notice this, but most of their animes these days are completely CGI, in terms of their backgrounds and most of their in-between animations and stuff like that. So they're able to put that much extra detail and shaders for their textures and stuff like that in, because they have like just a team dedicated to making these really awesome digital backgrounds.
Yeah, I will definitely give it that. It looks really beautiful.
There was one CGI scene where
Tangerine, right? It's always Tangerine.
God damn it! I don't want to call it Tangerine. Yeah, I don't want to call it Tangerine. Tanjiro. I'm not falling to y'all trap, even though I'm like this. I almost forgot his name, but Tanjiro. Like he weighs, and I'm like, why does he look so? Why? Because it only lasted like a second. It was weird.
That doesn't make sense to me. They don't use that CGI in Fate ever. I think maybe in Fate Zero with the Lancer, or not the Lancer, but the Saber and Berserker fight from Fate Zero, because I think he's all CGI in Fate Zero. Horrifying CGI monster.
It looked good though. I'm not gonna
but he doesn't look as good as Berserker did in Fate Zero, he just looks really chunky and blocky, like Inuyashiki. He looks like Inuyashiki CG. which is good CG models, not good animated CG.
Yeah.
It's
Looks
always in
really
like,
stiff.
and it's always in the long establishing shots. It's never like up close CG. It's always like when the camera is panned out. That's so weird. I wonder why they do that. Maybe it's like how we saw in this week's One Punch Man, where some of the character models look weird when they're zoomed out because the animators can't draw finer detail zoomed out. I bet you that's why that is. And Ufotable
Maybe
is
so.
And Ufotable is just obsessed with detail, so that could be it. But if they're obsessed with detail, they could have done something here. He looks so chunky. He looks like an action figure.
He looks chunky.
He looks like my cat, Chunky.
Your cat's chunky?
Yeah, my cat's getting a little chunky. We also, so he uses not Nezuko, Tangerine uses the sixth form, which is I don't think we've seen the sixth form yet, which is like a spinning blade attack.
I've seen The Sixth Sense.
I see dead people.
All the time.
We also learned that Nezuko is really fast, but her attacks, while strong, compared to a human, as demon versus demon, is not as strong. So she relies on her speed and quickness. Like that. That's pretty cool. What do you guys think about Nezuko so far?
She's a character.
She doesn't say anything. Yeah, I know. She just. I mean, I would love to be that voice actor. Just get paid just to go. And give me all the monies in the world.
I just like I showed you guys this before. Even though this list doesn't really mean anything because it's a popularity contest, like the top 10 girls of the anime, you know, and then they had like Nezuko like really high. I believe like top 4 or something like that.
If you want to bring her to a fight.
Yeah, I mean, I think people put too much emphasis on I guess like fighting skills. Or, yeah, that looks. Too. But
people like Nezuko because she's cute.
It's also to me
not
like if
my
you can
words, other people's words. Don't call me a lolicon.
I'm not going to call you a lolicon yet. I'm waiting for you to fuck up, but you didn't yet.
Oh, thank you, Satsuki.
Nezuko, I think people really love it when these characters can fight, and yeah, that's cool and whatnot. Don't get me wrong, it's cool when she pops up like a Jack in the Box and just kicks someone in the face unexpectedly. But that has nothing to really do with character. Her character is somebody who is just she's there. I mean, she's there. She's not really a damsel in distress because she doesn't need help, but the purpose is to heal her, so there's that, and she can fight. But that's it. There's nothing to really look at in terms of her character or anything like that. So she's fine to me. I get the purpose of her, but she's definitely not going to be one of my favorite characters in the series.
I agree. She's very, I don't know, she's just there. I think she's there just because, 1, she's cute, and 2, she's got superpowers. And if she didn't have superpowers and talked, I would think she would be less likable.
She would probably be just a dumb sister.
Yeah, exactly. Brother, why you blippish you blah blah blah? But now
she's Casca who can still fight. That's who she is.
Who's Casca?
Berserk.
Oh.
Hey, have you seen Berserk?
You know I haven't.
I may pick that for the next Nakama Club. I don't know which one.
My
Maybe
gosh.
the movies.
Isn't it 1,000 episodes?
No. They only ever have adapted the Golden Age arc. They didn't adapt any other arc. Not a single one after that, okay? No one after the Golden Age arc did they adapt anything. Nothing else.
Okay, I believe you.
Don't bring it up.
I believe you. I haven't done shit.
Don't bring up the year 2016 in this household.
Oh.
Or 17.
Oh, you're talking about Berserk
No!
26.
What? I didn't hear anything.
Yada daze.
Where the CG is on par of Goblin Slayer.
What CG? I don't know what you're talking about. Moving on. Tangerine asked the demon, why is all this happening? The demon wouldn't tell him. That's because Muzan threatened to kill him if he did, which he dies anyways.
I was going to say, if you're going to die anyway, who cares? That's the way I look at it.
I think that, well, yeah, it's like, doesn't he know that he's a demon slayer? So he's dead anyways.
Exactly. So I would have been like, you know what? Fuck it. He did it.
I don't know.
cut my head off.
I may have to go back and rewatch that. That actually does seem like a little bit of a weird issue there. It may have just been like Tangerine may have like made it obvious that he was going to spare him. Satsuki probably doesn't. Maybe Satsuki knows more insight.
Wait, what the hell do I know? I don't know anything. I mean,
you know nothing.
Yeah, I know nothing. Satsuki is having. Oh my god, I need me a girl that looks like Egret. She was beautiful. That's beside the point. Yeah, but I like her better than Danny, at least as a romantic partner for Snow.
Mm-hmm.
Are we talking about Game of Thrones again?
Yeah, we are. If y'all can talk about Berserk, I can talk about Game of Thrones.
Damn.
I just don't allow people to talk about a certain kind of Berserk.
You mean the one posted in the chat?
Whoa. Don't know what you're talking about.
I forgot. Oh, okay. Yeah. I kind of agree with the whole thing of the demon. Like, it was kind of, I won't say weird, because I felt like when we saw him thinking of the evil guy, what is his name? Muzan.
Michael Jackson.
Yeah. Michael
Kibutsuji.
Jackson.
Kibutsuji.
MK.
I'm calling him
MK.
Michael Jackson.
His
MK.
initials are MK, so it works.
MJ. Oh my god. MK works.
Yeah, when he brought up him and he was thinking like, "Oh, don't snitch on me," which is weird. Like, wow. I mean, how would he even know that somebody would try to interrogate him? Because as far as I know, the Demon Slayers, Tanjiro is the only one who's trying to talk to demons. I'm pretty sure no one else really cares. They just do their job. But I guess this dude is so intimidating that even the thought of death is, I guess, more appealing to whatever he can do to him.
Yeah, it's better than them finding out.
Yeah.
To be honest,
I guess, but that's how they brought him up.
I don't know much about this guy. After like episode 8 or 9, probably 9. After 9, I'll know nothing else about this show in terms of where it's headed. But he seems like he's gonna be the big bad for the rest of this season. He finds him. Tangerine finds him. And he has a family, which is just like, that's almost as twisted as what he did right after when he slashed some guy's neck and turned him into a demon.
How did nobody see that?
That was so perfect.
He did it really fast.
He did it in plain sight. That's what made it so perfect. He was just like,
yeah,
it was perfect. I love that scene.
And how does he have a wife and a kid? That's the one thing that makes me curious, because if he's this really bad demon and he goes around and he kills all these people, you're gonna sit there and tell me that the wife is not even suspecting one bit? What are you doing out late at night?
Also, his fucking eyes.
Yeah, his eyes.
Yeah, the eyes tell you the whole story.
Oh, I love you. Dear. I love you too. Let me eat you. What? I mean, I love you. What?
He literally has like the cat demon eyes. Like, he doesn't, his pupils aren't even in a circle. They're in this weird ass, I don't know what shape that is, because
it's like a diamond.
Yeah, like a diamond almost. Not to be like biased, but if I see someone with those eyes, I'm not trusting them. I'm sorry.
Especially, I'm not gonna marry them and decide to have a child.
I think this is nitpicking. I think we're nitpicking right now. Because Tangerine has red eyes and red hair, and Nezuko has pink eyes, and it doesn't make sense. She has pink eye. She needs to go to a doctor. She has pink eye.
Yeah, but she's a demon.
But nobody knows she's a demon.
I mean,
Tangerine has red eyes and red hair.
The veins coming out of her forehead say something different.
Well, she only gets veins when she gets all fight mode. Otherwise, she's kawaii.
No, I just brought up, or EA brought it up, but I just thought it was funny because it was like he doesn't look trustworthy. It's not something that brings the episode down or anything like that. It's just funny.
No, it's. I mean, yeah, I'm being a little nitpicky, but I guess I'm just kind of thinking of it in a sort of way where would a person really be with someone like that if they looked like that? You know what I'm saying? To me, that just puts it to the point where it just almost makes it almost unbelievable. You know what I mean?
I mean, we are in a series where there's demons. And this is like the Edo period of Japan, and people can like have like water swords and mystical oars and girls who have scribbles for irises.
I don't know. I guess it's just the way I think of things. I think of things very weird, I guess.
But I agree, it's funny.
I would have, and if I was Tangerine, I would have mowed him down, because that would have been the end of the show right then and there.
But he had the little girl.
Oh, you know, she picked the wrong day to be alive.
If this was Berserk, yeah, the dude would have been dead in minutes. Oh, not minutes, seconds. Because it was literally a scene like that.
Guts would have cut like everyone in the vicinity in half along with him.
Yeah. Like collateral damage means nothing. Like, exactly. Oh god.
Dear, what's going on? That would have been it. Water breathing technique, and then boom, dead.
It's like that meme. Remember the meme of the goose that like had to breathe in, then it yelled out. Do you guys remember that meme?
Oh yeah.
The goose.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
It's like he breathes in, it yells out, and it's just Griffith.
No,
Only
I
Berserk
haven't
fans will
seen
understand
that.
that.
Yeah, well, there you go. That's why I don't understand it.
Berserk should have already ended. Why is it still going? Anyways, that's all I got for this this Kimetsu no Yaiba stuff. It's still fun. It's
surprisingly not much happened.
It's just a show that's happening, and that feels weird to me. It's like it's not bad. It's really
stuff
good.
Stuff happens in the show, and
it's
things
happening.
Things are doing, and stuff happens. That's pretty much what this show is.
It's doing stuff. It's stuff that is going on, that is happening, that I'm watching and am extremely entertained by, and it ends, and I'm like, oh, I guess I'll watch the next episode. Like, it's not bad. Like, I'm not trying to like. It's like I have a weird feeling where I'm like, I'm watching it, and I'm watching it. And I'm okay with me watching it. And there's nothing bad going on. But there's nothing that I want to, like, run to you guys and say, oh my god, did you see when that thing? Did you know? Yes.
Oh my god, that thing. Ooh.
Yeah. That hasn't happened yet. Besides, I don't know. Maybe the morph demon with the hands thing. That was pretty cool. But otherwise, it's a show that's a show. And I like watching the show, and I want to keep watching the show because...
Hey, it's a show that's a show. Hey. Hey.
We're like 5 minutes over time. What are you guys giving this? I'm giving it a pass.
Hey, I'm giving it a pass. What you gonna do?
I guess I'll pass it. That seems like a good idea.
Yeah, I want to see more MK.
Mortal Kombat. More Mortal Kombat. Every podcast will now be Mortal Kombat.
You know what? Someone needs to take that clip where he like sliced the guy's neck and said, you've been struck by a smooth criminal. It would be so perfect.
Oh my god.
needs to happen.
Should I do it?
Yes.
I don't know.
Please make it go viral.
I'm just. I don't think I'm in the right mindset to do it.
I mean,
right
you're
now.
a little tipsy. It's probably not going to happen.
I'm probably going to go to sleep, which is not good because Game of Thrones is
Honestly,
like an
don't
hour.
go to sleep now. We're so close.
Shout outs. Everything
Oh
animated.
shit!
Oh yeah, that's right. I know. I'm supposed to be having something coming out soon. I think it reminds with
You're having a baby?
domestic girlfriend. It sounds like that. I need to get on that here pretty soon. And next weekend, I'm going to Phoenix Comic Con. I might do some.
If you're there,
yeah, I might do some live streaming while I'm over there. Show you some of the things that goes on. Jeff Goldblum's going to be there.
Hey, Jeff, I heard Jeff Goldblum is a big fan of King of Anime podcast.
You know, I'm going to have to tell it. Who wouldn't be? That's right. I'm going to have to tell him that personally. I'm like, hey, I know you wanted to see me. I know you're a big fan of this podcast, and I'm also a big fan of yours. Fly. Love that movie.
And he's like, King of Anime podcast? I loved when you guys killed Boogie Pop. That was one of the best moments ever.
If I could get, you know what? I think I have an idea.
You just get him to do intros to the shows.
You took the words right out of my mouth. I am gonna go there, wait in line, and I'm gonna say, "Can you please say hi? My name's such and such, and welcome to the King of Anime podcast." Oh,
and then right after that, you have to moan. Jeff Goldblum, you have to moan afterwards.
Yeah, I will. I'll just, and welcome to King of Anime podcast.
Oh God, that'd be funny.
Yep.
Those will all be uploaded to Pornhub.
Oh yeah. Well, yeah. Pornhub is a lot more lax with copyright issues. So
yeah, they really are. They don't care about
They don't care about getting sued.
They like original content.
This is true. Satsuki the Savage, where can they find you?
I'm here. You can find me. If you see somebody crying, at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, that would probably be me in the middle of Game of Thrones. But I probably won't show my face for a while because I'm just going to be like distraught completely because I love that show. But what was something I want to say? I don't really have anything planned for the channel. I'm just
quitting. I'm not doing it anymore.
Are you quitting the channel?
Like, no. Of course not. It's just like with recent manga and things of that nature. I haven't been really trying to review any chapters. Like One Piece, I stopped reading. Like I'm on hiatus from One Piece because last couple of chapters have been mediocre. Same thing with Kingdom. Kingdom has copyright issues as well, so that's kind of a dangerous thing to touch on.
Sasuke, when you gonna review Attack on Titan?
Nah. No. If that guy is here, I'm not reviewing Attack on Titan. Move on. There are other people talking about Attack on Titan. That is so weird to me. Like, yeah, that's.
I have I don't have anything else to give. Leave me alone.
That's funny you have that happen to you, and for me it's like I have to cancel a series every year and nobody holds it against me, but it's that, Attack on Titan for you, that one guy.
he is relentless. I mean, God, like just to create a new account just to say that. I mean, I blocked the other one, so hopefully he comes back as a better I don't know, better commenter. I don't know if that's a word, but yeah. That.
You can find me on MySpace. I'm gonna be doing music there now.
Sweet. Yeah. I want to hear your SoundCloud.
It's just beats, man. It's just beats I'm not using. It's like, you know. I bought like a drum set like from a kid. Really, I just stole it from him. And
Jesus.
Ow.
And I've been playing on that with his bones. Also killed.
Oh, what?
just throw that in there. Like, yeah,
just throw it in there with his bones. I kind of figured you killed him. You didn't have to say that you did. Unless he donated his bones to you for science.
Yeah, no, he definitely did. He donated his femur to science. The science of music, and I ate him.
Jesus.
He tasted.
This went really dark really quick.
I'm also planning on killing one of you two next, so watch out.
Man, you know what?
How are you going to determine that? Like flip a coin, dice?
I'll say come at me. I just want to know my chances because, like, after this episode of Game of Thrones, you can do it. I don't care.
I mean, I'm looking at my legs right now. I may eat myself. These legs look delicious.
Are they nice and fatty?
They're thick. You know what I'm saying?
You got them thick thighs?
Thick purple, but without the purple part.
Well, wait, why are they purple?
There's a reference to thick purple.
What's thick purple?
Oh shit!
SeaTactics
is forgetting something.
I am. No! CKOA! Fuck! Oh god. We're here. Oh! God damn it! Motherfucker! No. Dororo.
Someone sounds so upset.
Everything gets a pass. 1 kill for Dororo, 1 kill for Fruits Basket, 1 kill for Zoku Obari Monogatari. Everything passes otherwise.
What? Who decided it was a good idea to kill? Fruits Basket is such a great show. I really wish instead of Kimetsu no Yaiba, no disrespect to Kimetsu no Yaiba, I like the show, but Fruits Basket would have been a lot more interesting to talk about.
Well.
Oh my god, he's gonna explode.
The question this week is, would you like for the King of Anime podcast to cover Fruits Basket weekly? 5,000 responses said yes. No, I'm just kidding.
Jeez.
2 said no, 2 said yes. So it's up to EA at this point if he wants to go through it.
What? But that means I'd have to watch, like, how many episodes? 7.
Yeah,
Jesus.
I would. Like, EA, I completely understand if you don't want to do that because you know.
It's back.
And then you would have to add on. You would have to add on to another show. I completely understand if you say no.
What if we kill Dororo next week and we don't tell anybody we plan to kill Dororo?
Are you conspiring?
I'm not saying.
Me?
Listen, I know I'm streaming this conversation right now, but like Satsuki, let's not tell EA about it and let's kill Dororo next week.
You know, I am here. You are not very good at.
Oh, hello, EA. How are you doing?
I've been here. I never left.
I don't know what you're talking about. That's it for the King of Anime pod.
Oh, okay. Well, I thought I was gonna make a decision right now.
Oh, well, I mean, we'll give you time next week. We'll figure it out next week. Tune in next week to figure out EA's decision. Will we forget about it? Like we almost forgot about CKOA this week? Yes.
I mean, almost.
We will. We will forget about it. So come back in 2 weeks when EA. Well, fuck. We'll probably forget about it then too. You know what?
Wait, what will I do?
Your decision. Who will you give the rose to? Will you give the rose to?
EA will fuck.
EA will fuck. He will. This is undoubtedly true.
I mean, this is a normal occurrence. That's like saying the sun's gonna come up tomorrow. I mean, that's.
It's just who will EA give the rose to? Will it be Satsuki or SeaTactics? Who will have to leave the island of love?
I just really don't know where this show went.
we are a grand total of 15 minutes over time. We should probably end. So, thanks everybody for checking out the show. We'll see you next week. Bye-bye.
Later, y'all.
Johnny.